Namo Narayana. Respected friends, welcome you all. Salutations, gratitudes, greetings, congratulations, wishes, and prayers. One assurance to me, and you too can take it if you want, that these are our honest, humble, serious, sincere efforts to study Shastras alone makes us qualified to study Shastras, makes us able to understand what is said in Shastras, makes us able to accept what is said in Shastras as the goal and means. And that alone slowly invokes from within all the abilities required to do the sadhana, which is understood through the study of Shastras consistently till the sadhya, the lakshya is reached. With that faith, we are here. So, too, as we are studying the things, the same text will start revealing to us the deeper and deeper truths as through the study our intellects become more purer, deeper, and sharper. Along with this, when other texts also, which talk about the same theme of Brahma Tattva, we go through, browse through, then how the same truth is mentioned by different Upanishads, different Acharyas, and different times, we will be able to understand. One side that gives us the expanded subtle intellect to see through all the explanations. Second is, in the end, through all of them, one truth alone is told that Ekavakyata will be understood. That inspires us slowly to mold ourselves to become the sadhaka with the sadhyavastu being that one Paramatma only. And if we don't do these studies, our intellects won't become requiredly pure and sharp. Instead of this, the more and more we are only in the world and worldliness, intellect becomes blunt, unused atrophy. Then the vasanas, the mind with its desires, projections, sense organs with their demands, body with its laziness, they only rule and dominate our life. Such life is the life of bandhana, life is a life of samsara, life of failure we can call spiritually, non-growing life, non-developing life, not evolving life. Then that's not the fulfillment for being a human. These sentences are not sentimental or emotional or blackmailing type or converting type. Enough, like if I say you don't eat the food, you will become weak. It's not my curse to you. It's not a sentimental sentence. It's not an emotional blackmail. It's a blunt fact. And it is not to only you who are listening. It is to me who is speaking and to everyone it is same. कि खाना नहीं खाए तो कमजोर होते हैं, a universal truth है. So too, if we don't walk spiritual path and continue in the same life, instead of evolving, we will only devolve. This is not a statement of emotion, sentiment, or anything. It's a fact. So too, the conscious choice is always in our hands. Choice is in our hands whether you take it consciously or unconsciously. One assurance is there are all required inner abilities and there are always required outer helps and supports if you want to evolve. Another hint is it is slow and steady process. It's not abrupt because this road of spirituality is not so smooth depending on where do we stay inside. In what complications of misunderstandings, notions, delusions we have. Depending on that, that road will be twisting, turning, bumpy, jumpy, slowly, steadily only we have to go. When you go in the dark, in the Ghat road, which is lots of twists and turns, arams in the 25-30 speed, you keep going, reducing speed and gear when you have to take a turn. Isn't it? Have you ever traveled that way? Continuously 100 kilometers Ghat road. That gives you an idea of spirituality. So to in a city, कुछ दूर तक आपको खाली रोड मिलता है. Suddenly you get a bus stand area, railway station area, market area, school area, residential area, then again rush. Once you cross that, some IT or governmental area comes, VIP area, army area, तो कहाँ ट्रैफिक कम होती है वहाँ. उसको पार करो हाईवे आ जाता है तो वेरी लेस traffic. If that highway is 4 by 4 lane, so you have your own full road with you, 100 200 kilometers. बिना किसी रुकावट का आप उसमें जा सकते. Again, you may have to go through any city, any other jungle or single road. Just as the travel outside, so too the spiritual journey. Mentally be prepared. We are glad for one reason that we have taken up this very sublime text. Here this we are doing, there we are doing Mandukya, morning Shvetashvatara. Good. O Lord, please give all the regular, serious, sincere Shrotas all the inner abilities to be able to understand this sublime truth, live up to it, and reach to reality. You can do it. You make us deserving also. Make us do. We are ready to do all sacrifices and all tapasyas. Even for that also give us the willingness and strength. Correct? Now, friends, in this Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam, in that Jagat Utpatti never happened. Therefore, Brahman alone is always there. The seen Jagat is Bhranti only. That topic, Jagat Bhranti Nirupanam, going on through Leela So, Leela has seen this world, Leela has seen the other world when she was in the closed eyes. So this is real or that is real. This is cause of that, that is cause of this. The two levels of answers, let us know it in advance itself is both are smruti kalpita, not really created. And what is the adhara for a smruti? Is nothing but the akash. And what are the akashas? Bhutakasha is chittakasha, chittakasha is chidakasha. Now finally, everything mounts to this understanding that everything is ultimately that Chidakasha Paramatma only. Whatever we see at any period of time is Chidakasha only. Not knowing it is ignorance. From there born is all delusions, confusions, in which the entire upadhis, their variety of functionings leading to this entire creation. जो नहीं होता वह भी दिख रहा है ना. This is how Vedanta guides us towards the absolute truth. Then all the scriptural literature of all Vedanta Granthas, Upanishads, their Bhashyas, all of them make our intellects to deeply understand all this. Then go beyond all, reach that Brahman. While doing these deeper studies, in every text, in some of the blocks we are caught up, that will be opened up. Every attempt also will become more deeper, sharper in our understanding. Sometime that your understanding may be very mini micro. चलता है वैसा ही थोड़ा थोड़ा धीरे. Sometimes it's repetition only, or it is the strengthening of that which we already know. This is how it is. So Leela Upakyaname, the question answers we have seen. Now when mother says that, Leela says, therefore, that inner world which I saw was the Smriti Janita. Mother adds to that, then Smriti Janita. Then she herself says, if that is Smriti Janita, therefore Asatya, then this also must be Smriti Janita Asatya. Yeah, both of them are from their respective Akasha. Finally, it is Chidakasha. Then from that Chidakasha, either that world of my husband or this one, how they got generated, thoda sa bhi explain karo. When she asks that, mother gives, this is how the kalpanas happen. All the explanations, while given, don't forget one basic thing that all of them are kalpita. Like while watching the entire movie of all its sceneries, dialogues, actions, don't forget that all of that is kalpita. If you forget it, you will get lost giving reality to it. Because you ask the process, I am telling you. Okay. That doesn't mean that really that process has happened and creation has happened. नहीं, इस तरह कल्पना किया गया है ना. बट वो कल्पना ऐसे कि एक्टर्स तो एक्ट किए ना, उसका शूटिंग भी हुआ. नाउ इट्स प्रेजेंटेड इन फॉर्म ऑफ सिनेमास. All of that is action, the shooting of it, editing, and relaying it or telecasting in TV. None of them can make that movie unreal as real. Those happenings won't become real because of this. So too, you and I are involving in Shabda Sparsha Prasagandha, involving in various emotions of prema and dvesha, involving in so many things of karma, phala. None of them can become sufficient reasons to give them reality, just like in dream. This level, rising to this higher level of intellectual understanding is subtle intellect, intuitive intellect. To achieve that, we are going through all this. When that's achieved, the mithyatva of the Jagat, when accepted, then our unwanted mental emotions for the world of Raga, Desha, Kama, Krodha, which were never required, which never yielded anything other than dukkha and bondage, we will be able to withdraw from it. That mentation stops. When Jagat Mithyatva is accepted. When the mentation is stopped, in that thought-free mind, Adhisthana can easily be comprehended intellectually, contemplated, and realized too. That freedom from meditation is called Antakarana Shuddhi, whether it is in Vedanta classes or the next studying Yoga Taravali or anywhere. भक्ति कहीं भी कहो, वो अंतःकरण शुद्धि कहते हैं, उसकी जरूरत है. ठीक है फ्रेंड्स, नाउ लेट अस जस्ट प्रे 2 minutes. ओम 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 सहना भवतु. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो. ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः. तेषां कृपया उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरावाप्ति देश निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वेशस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थमस्य कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परं ब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादिनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण मोक्ष ग्रंथस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतु क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्मरन्ति सीकरा यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः. दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यो भासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः. सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखघनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं. ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षो न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ ससदृशं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते. ओम तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे. विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं. तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। ॐ पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते मायेयोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दितीर्षुर्जनमनवरतम् आविश्यांतर वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यस्य वादेन शास्त्रामृत जलदिममुं रामचंद्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानंदं प्रपद्ये श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। योग वशिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम जगत भ्रांति प्रतिपादन नाम अष्टादश सर्ग। Friends, in this we have seen uh, uh, so कारणानाम् अभावेपि यो उदेति सहकारिता तत्पूर्वकारणात् नान्यत् सर्वेण इति अनुभूयते. So in the question answers, what was asked? Ki, was that world which you saw created out of Panchamahabhutas? Generally the world should be. No. Then is it created out of this world? No. This world, has it gone there? If yes, then how come this is still here? So if none of these things are the hetu for that jagat, then what should be the only way? Only Purva Smriti. So therefore Kalpita that jagat. On what? On the Chitta Akasha only. Therefore that jagat is nothing but Vyoma Rupa in its Adhishthana. That's what even Leela accepts. Ki Smriti Sa Devi Madbhartuhu Tata Swaratvam Agata. That my husband, that world is Smriti only expressed in that Spashtata. The Jagat which I saw in which my husband was there, etc. Smriti tat karanam vedmi sargayam iti nischaya. Therefore, I have understood that whole that world was Smriti was the cause of it. Adding to that, Devi pushes her into next level of understanding. What is it? Smriti akasha rupacha yatha tajjaha tataivate. So that Smriti in its base is nothing but the akasha only. Therefore, that sargaha which you have seen of your husband, you have come up to the point that it is Smriti Kruta. I am pushing you to next level. Bhartu sargonubhutopi saha vyoma eva tata avale. Oh avala, that is nothing but chitta kasha only. In that, the Smriti projected all this. Chitta akasha. Chitta akasha without changing, projected as all these things. Okay. Having heard this, she got little excited. In that case, all this Jagat which I am saying, if I little ponder deeply, everything is Smriti Rupa only. Jnana Rupa only, no? Like a tea is made. Before the tea is made, it is in the Smriti Rupa only, no? In my mind, as a thought that this is what things when mixed up, then it becomes a tea. Karke wo Smriti hi tha. Anything in this world object, you see, the expressed world of Rupa Nama is Smriti, their Mula Karanas. Whatever you see, Panchamahabhutas, all of them are Smriti only. And like that one, this also comes from the Akasha only. Therefore, this is also the Bhuta Akasha. That also Chitta Akasha. Bhuta Akasha, Chitta Akasha were already told to be the projections on the ultimate reality, Chidakasha. Therefore, Chidakasha alone is seen as Chittakasha. Chittakasha alone is seen as Smritis. Smritis make the Chitta Jagat, which she saw of her husband. Then the Chitta Akasha only becomes Bhuta Akasha. Bhuta Akasha becomes Bhuta Smritis. From that, the Bhuta Jagat of the Stulata appears. All of these are Kalpita appearance with all the experiences that they give. When these are all Kalpita, then what is Adhisthana? Like a pot nest is Kalpita with all its Upayogata. Then what's Adhisthana? The mud. So too the Adhisthana is Paramatma. So she says here, Smriti Akashamayaha Sargaha Yatha Bhartuhu Mama Uditaha. Like the world of my husband, which Vaisa has projected from the Smriti Akasha, Tatha Eva Imamaham Manye Sasargaha Atra Nidarshanam. This also I consider it to be so. Am I right? Nidarshanam, that projected world of my husband is the example for me. लीला को ये बात सुनकर that one step she is in advance, Devi is very happy, Saraswati Mata. Like in every of the classes you can see, there is one fellow 10 times, 20 times told, he never understands. The other fellow, before the teacher starts the sentence, he already knows it. She is annoyed with both the students. एक जितने बार को समझता नहीं दूसरा कहने नहीं देता. That शुद्ध सत्वगुण जब होता है ना, people are like. So this Leela is wonderful lady. So when she said this, mother was very happy. Evam etad asat sargaha bhartuhu tair bhati bhasuraha. Yes, yes, that finally that sarga which you have seen of the Bharta is, though you experienced it, it is asat. Tatha eva ayam iha abhati. Even this sarga also is abhati only, it is not real. Pashyami etad aham sute. So from the pure consciousness standpoint, for the people like us who see the reality, for them this jagat which you are seeing are believing it to be real is asat only. That is understood. Now Leela asks a question. Yatha patyuhu amurtaha asmat sarga sarga brahmatmakaha. How come this never existing sarga has expressed through Brahma, which I have seen of the husband, and this also. Katham jataha, how it was sequentially produced, or what are the things that are produced. Tatha kathayame, you tell me. When the details are given, then total satyata given to the jagat, the satyata given to the jagat totally goes away. Jagat brahma ka nivrutti ho jayega. जगत भ्रम मीन्स जगत है नामक भ्रम, जगत सत्य है नामक भ्रम, इसका निवृत्ति हो जाएगा. You just then with lot of similes, comparisons, mother here explains both this jagat as well as that jagat. But that is sukshma, this is stula. That's the only difference. Other than that, both are from smriti and that are from akasha, and all those akashas, both and chit are finally nothing but kalpita on chidakash. So what is final reality? Chidakash. That Chidakash is Chit Sat Swarupa, Brahma, Ananda Swarupa. That's called as Brahman. And that's what ultimately everything, everyone, that's what is me. So I have to start realizing myself to be that Brahman. Then everything is that Brahman. Then all differences seen but not given reality. Therefore, differentiations are not done. Therefore, play goes on without samsara. That's called living mukti, living. मुक्ति को जीना, जीवन मुक्ति उसको कहते. व्यवहार गोइंग ऑन, नॉट क्रिएटिंग samsara. Because samsara is possible when there is ragadvesha. Ragadvesha is possible when there are two. Two is never there in reality. Two is only for play. Therefore, no real ragadvesha are born. Or no samsara. Just like a cinema actors. They won't fight off the shooting. कि वो विलन है हीरो करके जहां मिलते लड़ते जाते हैं क्या? To fight they should have that ragadvesha. That are not there because they know those characters that played of difference, that someone is hero and villain, are unreal. They're only for the sake of play. इसलिए इतने अच्छे जिगरी दोस्त होते हैं वो लोग ऑफ द स्टेज. So play was there but not samsara. Now what mother gives explanation is simple. Prak smruter bhranti matra atma sargo yamudito yatha swapna brahmatmako bhati tatedam katyate shrunu. So prak smrutehe, because of the earlier smriti, bhranti matra atma, that both jagats this and that, whose atma means cause is nothing but bhranti, sargaha yam uditaha yatha, केवल भ्रांति को ही आधार बनाकर ये जो सृष्टि बनी है, जिसका दूसरा आधार पहले समय के स्मृतियां थे. सो प्राक स्मृते है, बिकॉज ऑफ द अर्लियर स्मृति, भ्रांति मात्र आत्मा सर्गहय मुदिता. दिस क्रिएशन प्रोजेक्टेड which is atma, of it only bhranti. Atma means cause. Swapna Brahmatmakaha. It is like the Swapna Brahma only. Though it was not real, but everything projected, and we even live it also. So living lively. Lively we live the Swapna. Swapna Brahmatmako Bhati. Tatha idam kathite shruno. So that I'll just tell you, listen, this is how it is. First, asti kvachit chidakashaha. There is one basic chidakasha. In that chidakashe, in that samsara mandapaha, there is a mandapa made of samsara, all kalpita. Akasha kachalavat, it has got that mandapa. Akasha as the uh, kachala, the roof, glass roof. Then samsthana achadita akrutihi. So it is just an akara given to it is kalpita. Then meru stamba, sthala मेरु संबस्त लोकेश पुरंध्री शाल भंजिका मीन्स व्हाट मेरु स्तंभस्थ लोकेश तो मेरु पर्वत is the stamba for this akasha. In that meru stamba are staying those lokeshwaras, the dikpalakas they are called. Then purandhri shala bhanjika, all these Purandri, Devata Stris or Devata Purushas are nothing but on the various stambas, carved bhanjikas. Shala means wooden planks or wooden pillars. Bhanjika means the various pratimas that are carved on it. So, Shala Bhanjika or it can be the stone Bhanjika also, or all these devatas which you consider. Okay. Thereafter, Meru Stambhastha Lokesha Purandri Shalabanjikaha Chaturdasha Apavarakaha. These 14 which lokas which we call of them, these 14 lokas are variety of apavaraka. Apavaraka means small secondary houses, matlab rooms. Like I have a house and I have so many rooms in that. In the olden days, even now, इतने बनाते अभी थोड़ा 1 BHK 2 BHK 3 BHK रुक जाते उस समय ऐसे नहीं 10-20 कमरे बनते एक में सिर्फ चावल लगाते दूसरे में ओनली मसाले लगाते ऑल दैट इन तीसरा ऑल स्टील प्लेट्स अनदर वन मिट्टी के बर्तन अनदर वन द सिल्वराइन वंस अनदर वन पत्तल वगैरह लगाते हैं इन वन रूम ओनली पूजा सामग्री केप्ट एक में कपड़े ही रखते थे इस तरह plenty of rooms they have. So the 14 rooms are there in this, which are the 14 bhuvanas. नीचे के ऊपर के पूरे 14 lokas. हो गया? Then what are the three worlds? See चतुर्दशा अपवर्ग त्रिगर्तः. So the 14 Brahmandas are there, and then three lokas of Bhuloka, Antariksha, and Patala Loka or Swarga Loka. There are three gartas, the pits they are. Then Bhanudipakaha, and in that house there is a lamp required. That Surya Bhagavan himself is the lamp in this samsara mandapa. It is that so kalpita, and you can see that. Konastha Bhuta Valmika. In all the corners, what you see there are small made out of the mud, small कीड़े मकोड़े होते हैं. They are called Valmika. Valmika, you know, सांप तो बाद में रहता है वो, लेकिन छोटे छोटे चींटी वगैरह मिलकर अपना जगह बना लेते हैं वो. So they are called as the Bhuta Valmikas in all the corners. Different cities, towns, etc. All of them. Konastha Bhuta Valmika. Then Vyapta Parvata Loshtakaha. So all the Parvatas, what you see are nothing but Loshtakas, the small lumps of the mitti. Then Vyapta Parvata Loshtakaha. In that only small little grass वगैरह जो ग्रो होता है मिट्टी में they are all the forest etc. you see. Then अनेक पुत्र जरठ प्रजेश ब्राह्मणास्पदम. So there is one brahmana old, he has got lot of children. He is the Prajeshwara Brahmadeva. She is just giving how the kalpana of all these have come. Which before listening to this, we took it up as so real. Because we took as real, we took up the responsibility also to behave it as if it is real. It has become a habit to such an extent that we have forgotten that it is all projected, and we are refusing even to understand the reality behind that. हो जाता है। बंदों को कितने बार आदतें नहीं होते पहले, बट शुरू हुआ, लेटर ऑन इट बिकम्स इम्पॉसिबल फॉर देम टू लीव। लाइक ऑल दी सेल फोन्स एक्सेट्रा। 20-25 साल पहले वेयर वर दे? 1990, 93, 95, वेयर वर द सेल फोन्स? 94, 95 में पेजर स्टार्टेड स्लोली, देन सेल फोन। वन आउट गोइंग कॉल 16 रुपए, वन इनकमिंग कॉल 8 रुपए, 1 मिनट के लिए होता था, लेकिन वेरी रेयरली वी यूज टू यूज इट। बट नाउ we all addicted to it so much फॉर हार्ट अटैक एटसेट्रा। वो हाथ में नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन ये सेल फोन होता है। isn't it? Some valuables you can have, so many गोल्ड सिल्वर, वो नहीं होते हैं, सेल फोन अवश्य होता है। उसके बिना वी कांट गो एनी, बेचैन बेचैन, 2 मिनट्स फोन नहीं देखा, क्या हो गया, क्या हो गया, डिपेंडेंसी ऑन इट फॉर वॉट एवर द रीजंस। साल अकाउंट नंबर उसमें है, फोन नंबर उसमें है, एवरीथिंग उसमें है, जिंदगी उसमें है। And for you good people, you suffer because of loss of phone, because in phone only you have all these lectures. So you are very good people. You are also worried when the phone is lost, but for not those lower reasons, higher reason कि मैं लेक्चर नहीं सुन सकता हूँ, ये दुखी है आप। बट फोन के ऊपर फोन चला गया तो खत्म, फोन खराब हो गया, आई एम हैप्पी फॉर 1 वीक। भाई, आई नीड नॉट लिसन स्वामी लेक्चर। सेम रीजंस बोल बोल के थक गया मैं। अब नया रीजन, स्वामी फोन खराब हो गया। कब ठीक हो जाएगा? जब आप सत्संग देना बंद करोगे। तो जब तक आप करोगे मैं नहीं सुनूंगा, अब ये जब बंद करोगे तब ठीक हो जाएगा फोन, सुनने को आप नहीं रहोगे। सो as we become so habituated to so many things, isn't it? People, some of them, पंखे का आदत, in a peak winter also at least one number fan तो चलना चाहिए, otherwise I will be suffocate. Some people, for at the time of eating bhoj, some side dishes definitely required, some नमकीन पापड़ कुछ तो चाहिए ही। किसी को मिर्ची चाहिए होता है, कोई को अचार, आचार प्रथमो धर्म है, विल कोट। हम देखो हाउ मेनी थिंग्स, एवरीथिंग लाइक पीपल, शर्ट बना है तो पक्का पॉकेट होना ही चाहिए, एंड ही नेवर यूजेस इट, बट होना चाहिए। आप इमेजिन करो, आपके जो पॉकेट पीछे का है, कभी टच किया पिछले 2 साल से? आई नेवर टच इट, ओनली अब टच कर रहा हूँ। इट इज वेस्ट, बट होना चाहिए। हियर ऑल्सो दिस इज हाउ दिस थिंग्स आर स्मृति कल्प, बट गिवन रियलिटी। ऐसा देखो, इन ऑल उपनिषद वी स्टडी इट, इन ऑल भागवत आदि ग्रंथास वी saw it is Ishvara who did kalpana. Out of his kalpana only the material has to come, and with that material this is how the building should be, means the universe, that also kalpana. Then assembling all the pancha mahabhutas etc., that also is kalpana, the whole act is kalpana, but it looks so realistic that we are not able to catch that. One, it is kalpana, second, its substratum is brahman। ये दोनों हम पकड़ नहीं पा रहे। Now, this study makes our intellect so pure and sharp to be able to grasp. When the intellect is pure, the Mithyatva Jagat is understood. When the intellect is subtle, it will realize the Brahman. शुद्ध अंतःकरण जगत मिथ्यात्व को समझता है, सूक्ष्म अंतःकरण आत्म तत्व को समझता है, अधिष्ठान। सो नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हाट? अजीव होगा कोशकार अड्य। सो all the jivas are nothing but the koshakara, the small insects which make a house for themselves and get cocooned from inside. Each of the jiva made his own solo sukshma karana sharira, and he jiva ogha koshakaradhya. Then vyoma urdhvatala kalima. Then next one is what? Uh, vyoma, the entire outer akasha is like the dust and dirt that's there in the house outside. Vyoma. Then nabho nivasa siddhaugha. In the akasha and various lokas, the groups and groups of Siddha Purushas who are there, they are like what? Mashakahita Gungumaha. They are the variety of mosquitoes which are making that buzzing sound in this whole house. So the whole this Bhumandala is compared to a house Kalpita. As in the house you have the pillars, they are carved with some pictures, and there are some dust somewhere, mosquitoes somewhere. जैसे घर में होते हैं ना, ये सारा पूरे दुनिया को यहाँ मदर कल्पना करके दिखा रही, कल्पित दुनिया को शी इज टेलिंग यस. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हाट? वात मार्ग महावंश स्थित वैमान कीटकः. So the various ventilators are there to this house, and through that ventilators whatever come inside and outside, those small little kide makode are nothing but vatamarga mahavamshastita vaimana kitakaha. All the devatas etc who travel in their respective personal aircrafts, they are the ones who are the kide makode coming inside, going outside through the ventilators or windows. Okay. Then Surasuradi Durbala Leela Kala Kalakulaha. And the house is full of with a joint family hai. So the children, grandchildren, इतने होते हैं 10-12. If there are 6 brothers, then they married, they are 6 into 3, 18 बच्चे. है ना? So they're talking इतना होता है ना, each one is doing different thing. दो बात कर रहे हैं, दो लड़ रहे हैं, दो खेल रहे हैं, दो चिल्ला रहे हैं, each one is doing. So who are all of them? Ki all the Devata and Asura are the ones who are the children who are playing, making all the noise in this house of this whole created world. Okay. Then what about the different lokas that are there in the universe? Lokantara Puragrama Bhandopaskara Nirbaraha. Oh, the variety of utensils which we use, or the storing things we use. Bhanda Upaskara. बड़े बड़े अंडे वंडे भांडे होते हैं ना, to store the things, to cook the things, to serve them. They are all the different Nagara Grama which we see now. Variety of Nagara and Grama are Loka Antara Pura Grama Bhandopaska Nirva. Then Sarasrotobdi Sarasi Jalokshita Mahitala. Then once in a while the house is made wet with water. So that entire oceans and rivers are that water to wet the house, to पोछा लगाने के लिए जो Bhaga Bhasura Kotaraha. So all these Patala, Bhutala, Swarga Bhaga, Bhasura Kotaraha, the Patalas, Bhutalas, all of them are the Kotara. So in the old days, to the walls only, they keep some empty place. है ना, किसी में लैंप लगाते थे, किसी में वो चाबियां या ताला वगैरह लगाते हैं. You all have seen all of that, no? Those days. अब तो पूरा everything house made with furnishing and every type of cupboards and all. तब तो क्या होता था, वो दीवार में ही होता था, उसमें लगा था. Then later on to the दीवार only single room था, हल्का सा only 6 inch wooden plank. Then उसके ऊपर यहाँ किताब लगा थे. So the brothers books here, sisters books here, अपना books. The other side all the एक आईना, एक कंगी and all of them. उसके कॉर्नर में ही भगवान. भगवान looks at us when we are not there. वो खुद भी आईना करके वाला कंघी पाउडर लगा के वेट करते. Do you have seen all of them? So here all of them are kotaras, the Padala, Bhutala, Swargas, etc. In this way, Tatra, now he is continuing the story, the mother. Kasminchit ekasmin koneshu. Ambara Kotare. In this Ambara Kotara, this palatial building, in one corner, okay, Shaila Loshta Taleshu, on a शिला stones लोष्टा मट्टी के ऊपर बना हुआ गिरिक ग्राम का गर्त कहा. There is one grama surrounded by the giris, which is, as was explained, एक गर्त का. एक गड्ढे के समान एक पत्थर पहाड़ से सराउंडेड भूमि है, एक गांव है. देर वाज ए ब्राह्मण. तस्मिन, in that particular village, one brahmana was there. So beautiful. See that brahmanas good gunas. Mata Saraswati describes. Tasmin Nadi Shaila Vana Upagudhe. That beautiful village was surrounded by nadis. There are Shaila, also Vana, Shaila mountain, Vana forest, Nadi rivers. Ude Sagnihi, the one who was every day involved in Agni Kriyas of Yajnas. Sadacharaha, Sadaraha, sorry, with his wife. Sutavan, with wonderful children. Arogaha, fully hale hearty and healthy. Gokshiravan, having wonderful cows which can give lots of milk. Raja Bhayad Vimuktaha. He is respected by the Raja and he also gives the due value to Raja. Therefore, there is no any sort of bhaya to him from the Raja. So राजभय किसको होता है? जो राजा के द्वारा बतावे रूल्स रेगुलेशंस नॉट फॉलोइंग, टैक्सेस नॉट पेइंग, doing something against Raja, disturbing the peace of the kingdom, such become the enemies to the Raja. Then he will punish them. They are afraid of these. Brahman has none of those things. है ना? Raja bhayad vimukta. So even if you have more money, the Raja imposes tax and takes it. Whatever he has got is given by Raja only because of he being Brahmana. So therefore, Raja won't take what he gave. So no Raja Bhaya Vimukta Bhakt Bhaya. Raj ka hi bhaya nahi hai is equal to Raja's protection is there. Therefore, there is no bhaya from anything else also. Then Sarva Atiti, he is such a wonderful one. He every day takes care of anybody coming as Atiti. Sarva Atiti. It can be Rishi Munis, it can be ordinary human beings, it can be Vaishya Shudra, Pashu Paksh. जो भी अतिथि के रूप में आए, he was अतिथि देवो भव type. Sarva Atiti. Then Dharma Paraha. He never compromised with Dharma for the sake of any Artha or Kama. Then Dvijaha Abhotu. There was a Brahmana. So one Dvija who was Sagnihi, Sadaraha, Sutavan, Arogaha, Mokshiravan, Rajavayad Vimuktaha, Sarva Atitihi, Dharma Paraha. So one Brahmana was there. इति आर्षेवाष्टमा रामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने सकल जगत भ्रांति प्रतिपादनम नाम अष्टादश सर्गः. That Brahmana story will be told in this chapter. That he is a king with all his paraphernalia. He thinks in his own mind, यार ये सब मुझे भी मिल जाए. How nice it would be. With that thought he dies. That Raja, that Brahmana and his wife. And when he dies, because of all this sankalpa, he becomes Raja of all the paraphernalia around, like with everything around. And his wife also follows him, so wonderful, both of them. And that Brahmana who became Raja, that his wife who became Rani, that is you and your husband. He says, she says, Mother Saraswati. This is how the entire thing is projected. Other than Brahman, Baki sab projected. So Brahman only projected and identified and became Jiva, you and I. Our job is reject that projections and detach from the Jiva Bhava. Realize Aham Brahmas. Vedanta ka main sar ye hai, keep it in the mind. Now let us chant today the 19th chapter. Study it tomorrow. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Shri Vaashishtha Vishwamitra Valmiki Veda Vyasa Vamadevadi Brahma Vidyacharya योगवाष्टमारायणाचार्येभ्यो नमः. तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने ब्राह्मण मरणं नाम एकोनविंशतितमः सर्गः. Yes, chant Om Shri Devi Uvacha वित्तवेषवयः कर्म विद्या विभव चेष्टितैः वसिष्ठेनैच वसदृशः न तु वासिष्ठचेष्टितः वसिष्ठ इति नाम्नासौ तस्याभूदिन्दुसुन्दरी नाम्ना तु अरुन्धती भार्या भूमिव्योमन्यरुन्धती वित्तवेषवयः कर्म विद्या विभव चेष्टितैः समैव साप्यरुन्धत्याः न तु चेतनसत्तया अकृत्रिमप्रेमरसा विलासालनगामिनी सास्य संसार सर्वस्वम् आसीत् कुमुदहासिनी स विप्रस्तस्य शैलस्य सानौ सरलशाद्वले कदाचिदुपविष्टः स न ददर्शाथो महीपतिम् समग्रपरिवारेण यान्तमाखेटकेच्छया महता सैन्यघोषेण मेरोरिव बिभीत्सया चामरैः किरणचन्द्रांशु पताकाभिर्लतावनं कुर्वाणं कंसितच्छत्र मण्डलैरूप्यकुट्टिमम् अश्वपादूखनत्क्षाक्ष्माज रेणुपूरावृताम्बरं हास्ति कोत्तम्भितकरा वाताट्टालकगोपितं महाकलकलावर्तद् रवद्दिग्भूतमण्डलं कचत्काञ्चनमाणिक्य हारकेयूरमण्डलं तमालोक्य महीपालम् इदं चिन्तितवानसौ अहो नु रम्या नृपतेः सर्वसौभाग्यभासिता पदातिरतहस्त्यश्व पताकाच्छत्रचामर कुञ्ज पूरकोऽहं महीपतिः कदा मे वायवः कुन्द मकरन्दसुगन्धयः पास्यन्त्यन्तः पुरस्त्रीणां सुरतश्रमसीकरान् कर्पूरेण पुरन्ध्रीणां पूर्णेन यशसा दिशा इन्दूदयावदातानि कदा कुर्यां मुखान्यहम् इत्थं ततः प्रभृत्येष विप्रः सङ्कल्पवान् अभूत् स्वधर्मनिरतो नित्यं यावज्जीवमतन्द्रितः हिमाशनिरिवाम्भोजं जर्जरीकर्तुमादृता जले जर्जरितेनावाथ जराद्विजमुपाययौ आसन्नमरणस्याथ भार्याम्लानिमुपाययौ तस्य शाम्यति पुष्पर्तौ लतेव ग्रीष्मभीतितः मामताराधितपतिवती सा ततस्त्वमिवाङ्गना अमरत्वं सुदुष्प्रापं बुद्भीमं सा वृणोद्वरम् देवि स्वमण्डपादेव जीवो भर्तृमृतस्य मे मा ह्यासीदित्यतस्तस्याः स एवाङ्गीकृतो मया अथ कालवशाद् विप्रः स पञ्चत्वमुपाययौ तस्मिन्नेव गृहाकाशे जीवाकाशतया प्राक्तनानल्प सङ्कल्पवशतः स्वयम् आकाशपुरे वैश पतिः परमशक्तिमान् प्रभावजितभूपीठः प्रतपाक्रान्तविष्टपः कृपापालितपातालः त्रिलोकविजयी नृपः कल्पाग्नि कृपापालितपाताल स्त्रीलोकविजयी नृपः कल्पाग्निररिवृक्षाणां स्त्रीणां मकरकेतनः मेरुर्विषयवायूनां साध्वब्जानां दिवाकरः आदर्शः सर्वशास्त्राणाम् अर्थिनां कल्पपादपः पादपीठं द्विजाग्र्याणां राकाधर्मामृतत्विषः स्वगृहाभ्यन्तराकाश चित्ताकाशमयात्मनि तस्मिन् द्विजेशवीभूते भूताकाशशरीरिणि सा तस्य ब्राह्मणी भार्या शोकेनात्यन्तकर्षिता शुष्केवमाशशिम्बीका हृदयेन द्विधाभवत् भर्त्रा सह शवीभूता देहमुत्सृज्यतः आतिवाहिकदेहेन भर्तारं सोपाययौ नदी निखातमिव तं भर्तारमनुसृत्य सा आजगामविशोकत्वं सा वासन्तीव मञ्जरे तत्रास्य विप्रस्य गृहाणि सन्ति भूस्थावरादीनि धनानि सन्ति अद्याष्टमं वासरमाप्तमृत्योः जीवो गिरिग्रामककन्धरस्थः इत्यार्षे वासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने ब्राह्मणमरणं नाम एकोनविंशतितमः सर्गः। So that Brahmana, it will be told how he was seated in that wonderful grass. Then there comes the king with all his sevakas going for that hunting and camping, etc. Seeing the entire Raja Parivara, Raja Bhoga, he makes a sankalpa. Yeah, when will I also get this sankalpa? Then he becomes old eyes. Exactly, he only becomes that king. Ab dekho, what is the today we'll just spend 2 3 minutes only in analyzing it. What is discussed here is see how from one sankalpa to the other we enter, and as a purti of that sankalpa, we just enter into that setup of the world. And from that, while staying in that, we get a chance to expose to something else. Then we get enchanted by it. Then we feel that, oh, how nice it would be if I get that. Because of that sankalpa bala, I know either by your upasanas or daiva krupa or swayam krushi, you get that one. Of this Brahmana is great upasaka. His sankalpa is said tathastu by the upasya devata. So therefore he just got it next life, that the entire kingdom. And before he dies, he will make some other sankalpa that he might have seen that Brahmana seated. Then he'll make a sankalpa, यार क्या जीवन है ब्राह्मण के इस गांव में अकेला बैठकर इतना बढ़िया भगवत ध्यान में है. See me the Raja all the time with corrupt mantris, useless prajas, and always attacking enemies. What a funny life this is. I don't want. I if it will be nice if I get that Brahmana Jivan. Yeah, because of the sankalpa, he will be born as Brahmana next life. Just like the North Indian coming into the South and seeing all the temples, culture and all, उनको लगता है यार इतना बढ़िया है ना साउथ में जन्म लेना मजा आता है. These fellow will born as Madrasi next year, and this Madrasi, the some Madrasi, he will go to the Char Dham Yatra, Uttar Bharat Yatra, and he goes to Amritsar, Punjab, and there he says Balle Balle, and he sees Dahi Balle, and he will see every Balle there, that type of food and all. The paratha खा के ये खाकर this thing, he says what in north तथिगण साउथ में भरतनाट्यम भारतनाट्यम, यहाँ देखो भांगड़ा क्या मस्त है. The life of North Indian is so beautiful. काश मैं जन्म लूं. This fellow next life will be hero born in Punjab. You understand it? So to people staying in the city and with all that sound disturbance, when they go to some remote area, there one lady, oh थोड़ा एक गाय बछड़े को पालती हुई अकेले वहां है बर्तन मांजता. This lady, when she thinks with all her 10 cars in the city and so many bungalows, next life she'll be BMW, बर्तन मांजने वाली. And that BMW lady looking at this city coming lady, she thinks, what is Bhartan Bhagna? And that lady is so in servant, so nice. Next life she'll be in the city. हाँ, कार में जाने वाला सोचता है क्या कार में ट्रैफिक जाम वगैरह. दैट फेलो सी इतना चिक चिक करके सारे कार पार करके आगे जा रहा है. यूजलेस इट इज कार. नेक्स्ट लाइफ विल बी बेकार ओनली विदाउट कार. दैट फेलो वॉकिंग ही सेज यार चल चल के थक गया पाओ. हाउ नाइस इट विल बी अ कार. ही विल बिकम नेक्स्ट ईयर, and he goes by walk because of not able to take out any car out. First car is repaired, so other things cannot come out. अब चलो भाई. Because of his sankalpa, he got the cars, but his prarabdha ऐसे कि चलेगा ही वो. Anyway, don't we see that in this life now? How many sankalpas I might have made so far? Looking at this world. कभी हिमालय में गए यार, रुद्रप्रयाग में रहो तो क्या मजा रहता है ना. वहां अलकनंदा मंदाकिनी मिल रहे हैं, आनंद ही आनंद है. या देव प्रयाग में जाओ, वंडरफुल अलकनंदा भागीरथी मीटिंग देयर. या ऋषिकेश में वहां गंगा किनारे. No, these three sankalpas eaten away my three lives. Instead of reaching Brahman like this king or this Brahmana, instead of seeing that king and getting tempted, if he had contemplated on the Brahman, he would have realized Brahman. But he missed that. He contemplated, he wanted to be king. So he came down to a king level from a Brahmana now. In this way, every life, कि कुछ भी देखते हैं, कोई कपड़ा देखे वो पहनना चाहते हो, खाना देखे वो खाना, वो जगह देखते वी वांट टू फील लाइक स्टेइंग देयर, some experience we see somebody we feel like we should also want that. And like if you see some very multi-millionaire rich people, even one thought if it comes to me that yeah those things should come, that sankalpa will not go waste. Then 10, 20 times when you see it, it becomes so strong a desire. Something we do to achieve it and we'll get it. In the meantime, we are bhatakte hi rahe ki nahi bolo, missing the reality, the Brahman. Somewhere or the other only we are caught up. That's called the Smriti or Sankalpa Shakti. To explain that Mother Saraswati is telling these stories. That Brahmana and his wife is nothing but you and your husband only. And if you do now Sankalpas, you will continue Bhatko from here to there. Therefore, drop all Sankalpa and realize the Brahman, you are Mukta. अब ये पार्ट हमने कितने क्लासेस में सुना संकल्प प्रवान कामान बट this listening through the story how effective it is, same thing but more effective it is, that if that brahmana it would have been over, but saw the kingdom king and he thought ki I'll also get that one khamakha. That king also must have seen that brahmana, thought of him कि ऐसे ब्राह्मण के रूप में रहे तो कितना अच्छा, he will become ram, whether you become brahmana kshatriya vaishya shudra, you become bhogi, you become dhanavan, how does it matter, you are still in delusion. Realizing brahman is moksha. Then at the upad level play any of these, it doesn't matter. With that sloka actually, in our yoga taravali next text, the shankara bhagavan concludes his text. Now I am in brahman, whether I am Brahman, whether I am Kshatriya, whether I am Bhogi, whether I am in Seva, how does it matter? They all happen in the Upadhi Kalpita. I am to Brahman, they won't touch me. That will be the 29th sloka. So therefore, what's the lesson for us? Don't do any sankalpa. And in fact, what a coincidence. I tell you, this is called as grace of Lord. In the next text, to achieve that Manonmani sthiti, the Guru says, I will give you upaya. That upaya is drop the sankalpa only. See the continuation of that text from this. From all this, what Lord is teaching us, you do sankalpa only of Paramatma Prapti because that's reality. You do sankalpa of anything else, you will go into that going away from reality. है ना देखो, like for example I'm just giving, I want to be a king, then the mind only puts a thought or somebody asks how long you want to be, 100 साल मुझे राजा 100 साल मुझे राजा रहना है, that one sankalpa is enough, 100 years will be raja. So he missed 100 years is meditation to realize self, no? How many janam you want to become Raja? मैं कम से कम 10 जन्म राजा बनना है. That sankalpa is enough. 10 years is booked to be a king. He cannot be realizing self now. Anything, राजा का हो, वैश्य का हो, शूद्र का हो, ब्राह्मण का हो, धनवान sankalpa we do. You may even do sankalpa. What a lucky fish it is. It is in the water always. You become fish. How nice it is to fly in the आकाश like birds. अरे ये पानी में रहे तू पक्षी की तरह हवा में उड़, राजा की तरह सिंहासन में बैठ. All of that is upadhyukta bandhan only. One looks to be beautiful from this side. When you go there, you will know it is not good there. Distant hills are smooth, as they say. लगता है वो मछली पक्षी के देखकर सोचती है मैं हवा में उड़ू. पक्षी कहते मैं हवा उड़ रहा, सब पकड़ के खा रहे मुझे. लेट मी स्टे इन द वाटर. अरे every one of us are doing sankalpa for Rupati related. Nobody is going beyond sankalpas to realize the adhisthana. Whoever are doing it, they are getting moksha. See that some meaningful content है कि नहीं अभी आज. संकल्प करो, you will get it. What we have right now, all of that is amalgamation of variety of sankalpas we have done. And each one sankalpa is being different. Therefore, each one the experiences are different. Though they stay in one house. Pati Patni, same table dining they sat. Both are eating dry fruits. But she is eating akrot, badam, he is eating akrot. शी इज ईटिंग केला, ही इज ईटिंग एप्पल. अपना अपना संस्कार, अपना संकल्प. हाँ, शी इट्स द रोटी, ही सेज आज रोटी हजम नहीं होगा, मुझे चावल दो. एक ही डाइनिंग टेबल में फ्रॉम 50 years they are eating together and not even one day they ate same food. Is it not? संकल्प जो है वही होता है. So instead of doing, let us realize reality first. संकल्प करो तो फिर आपके लिए वो बन जाता है. फिर आपको उसमें जाकर फंसना पड़ता है ना. दैट्स हाउ इंडियंस डू द संकल्प की वी वांट टू विन यूएस एंड ऑल. तो कोई इसी जन्म में जाते हैं, कोई फिर अगले. द पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड दे सी द इंडिया एंड ऑल, दे से वाओ वृंदावनम एंड सो इंडिया इज सो स्वीट, दे से अगले जन्म इधर आते. द सेम फेलो लुक्स एट अ फॉरेनर. There are three people I told you, foreigner, vanar, and nara. He looks at, he says again, what are the nonsense? Everything is upadhis. Everything is kalpita. Everything is reflected happiness. Everything is conditional. Everything is endful. रिमेम्बर, याद करो, दुनिया में कोई चीज परमानेंट नहीं होता, और होता भी है तो बोरिंग होता है. We think that the things and beings should continue, but if they continue, we only feel bored. सो है तो बोर्डम होता है, और जाता है तो जा रहा है करके दुख देता है. सी द peculiarity of this world. In their own secret silent minds, how many times, how many children parents might have thought, he we want to be independent and free. How many times the wife and husband also must have thought, cool uncle, only to say that nothing is permanent. है कि नहीं? गुरु भी सोचता होगा, यार गधे शिष्य ये तो सुनते नहीं बात, लेट मी बी हैप्पी विदाउट देम. Shishya also might have thought, what is Gurukula ashram listening and studying? We won't want it. Nothing is permanently giver of happiness except Atman. That's what I'm saying. And with all your love for whatever the dish, how many kgs you eat, batao? Wonderful guidance here. Just Akasa Janita, Smriti Janita, Sankalpita Srishti. This is. How bound by it is the play as a jiva. When all of them are dropped, that's why Sankalpa, Prabhavan, Kaman, Tyaktva, Sarva, Nasishyastaha, Asheshataha, Manasaya, Indriya, Grama, Vinyamya, Shanesheme, Upramet, Atma Samstamana Krutana Kinchidavi. In those four shlokas of Gita, sixth chapter, entire withdrawal from Kalpita Srishti and entering into the reality Bhagavan guides us in. Let us see that. Okay, tomorrow we'll see the story of aspect, how he dies and next becomes a king. Then further Leela ko Mata gives all that Tattva Jnana and all. तो सुनते रहो, हर दिन थोड़ा थोड़ा जो मिलेगा उतना. Then all the things comprehensively understanding will come to us when we are born in one of the totally dedicated only for this, and are at the feet of the Guru for 30-40 years, and thoroughly only study the Shastras only, not even one moment in any distracted things. No sports, no cinemas, no cricket, no friends, no relatives, no ghum gam, nothing nonsense. सब छोड़ के हाँ निरंतर, that's the meaning of Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha. When we live that time, things are understood, things are connected, things are remembered. It should be, na, remember it is important. Whatever the knowledge gained. Then living that remembrance or knowledge. When the knowledge is lived sufficient time, then the ignorance born delusions go away. Then that knowledge becomes direct anubhuti and nishtha in that. Now the kel katam dukan, I am Brahman now, established in it. Because कोई नहीं बिगाड़ सकता मुझे. Even not even like MLA MP. वो तो बन गया तो 5 साल कोई नहीं बिगाड़ सकता मुझे. But 5 साल का वोटर्स का दिमाग बदलेगा, they will dethrone you. But once you become Brahman, nobody can dethrone. Super, no? Sankalpa Srishti. Free yourself from that. मैं सोच रहा हूँ यार, एक संकल्प कर दूं तो क्या, सत्संग करने का संकल्प किया, बाप रे, डेली 5-6 क्लासेस, पिछले 5 साल हो गए, 10,500 क्लास हो गए, फिर भी कुछ नहीं हुआ, फिर भी खत्म नहीं हो रहा. एंड आई एम डूइंग द अदर संकल्प नाउ, नथिंग डूइंग, जस्ट रियलाइज ब्रह्म. Let everything go away. Honestly, I'm telling in front of you, पर you will be also happy. अच्छा बंद होंगे क्लास. थैंक यू स्वामी जी. हमने सोचा इस दुख का कहीं अंत नहीं है, फिर आपके ही मुखारविंद से हम सुन रहे हैं. हाँ, I will stop all of that only when you enter into meditation and I enter into meditation. Not to move further, I will drop this, not to go back. आप जब सारा एसएसपी बनकर सर्वसंग परित्यागी, deep inner meditation, that time I will stop class. Not that I'll stop class again, you enter into the world samsara. That's not responsibility given to me. So to for me too. If I give up the classes, it's only to take up meditation. Right, friends, let's do good sankalpas. Om Shanti 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Tatsad Brahmarpanamastu. Good text. है ना? Continue. अब आ जाओ योगा तारावली.